Hi, this is Sherry Veronica. In Barbados, where you're hearing that thousands of government employees are not getting paid, you see this particular announcement. Anika Jackson has been appointed as Barbados's new Solicitor General. Now, that is like Deputy Attorney General. And you all know the Attorney General does not do anything. There's no Attorney General in Barbados that has ever done anything. They don't do anything. Okay? They should be working to find out the missing people from Barbados. And you know that there are people going missing from Barbados that are being taken to other places. That's what the Attorney General's office should be doing. They should be looking to see big criminals. They should be looking at big criminals, the ones that the police department can't handle, anything that the regular police don't handle. That's where the Attorney General's office should come in. And that money that was missing from the evidence storehouse, the police money, the police lockup, the police storehouse, that money that went missing, millions of dollars, the police, they're not going to investigate themselves. So that's where the Attorney General's office comes in. And that is where an investigation into where that money went should have been brought. It's not going to happen. The Attorney General in Barbados don't do nothing. Don't do nothing. So they argue cases before the Supreme Court. They're the ones who are supposed to bring the big boys, the big matters before the Supreme Court to argue cases. And they're the ones who bring politicians, for example. They'll bring the politicians when something goes awry, like what happened in the United States with Don Valinius. That's what the Attorney General office does. But you don't have that happening in Barbados. It's like there are slots and there are titles, and Mia Motley's cabinet is just like expanding where people are telling it to contract, lessen your cabinet size. And they're appointed a Solicitor General, Anika Jackson, to do what? To do what? Is she going to investigate why no priest in Barbados has ever been brought up on charges? Is she going to investigate the priesthood in Barbados? Is she going to look at the banks? Is she going to be looking at the banks and going through what is happening within the banking system in Barbados and probably bring some big people to the courts? Is she going to investigate what's going on with all the trafficking? It comes through Barbados. What is she going to do that Dale Marshall is going to give her to do? What is he going to assign for her to do? Nothing. $165 million missing. Your Auditor General don't know where. They can't find it. Money goes missing all the time. Is the Attorney General's office going to say, oh, we're going to get right onto this? Oh, that's what they said. Oh, we're going to investigate this and get right on. No, you don't do anything. The Attorney General's office in Barbados does not do anything. Why do you need a deputy? I'm assuming that the Solicitor General is like a deputy Attorney General. It's that in other places. I'm not going to say I understand what goes on in Barbados. It's all topsy-turvy for me. Okay? But she's under your Attorney General. Why do you need a Deputy Attorney General if the Attorney General doesn't do anything? He said it in a forum. He was at some sort of seminar. He said it. We don't have the capacity to be real Attorney Generals. It's just a title. It's a slot. It's a slot to be filled. You don't do nothing. None of y'all do nothing. No Attorney General has ever brought any big case against any of the big boys in Barbados to the Supreme Court. It has never happened. It will never happen. Not in Barbados. Why is it that government employees are not being paid? Thousands are not being paid, and you have Anika here taking up this. Was it just a slot and she needed a title? You need to give her a title. Why does she need a title? She's not going to do anything. And Anika, I'm glad that you're getting paid. I'm glad that you got a title. You probably love having that title, but you're not going to be doing anything. Miss Jackson, Miss Jackson, you know you're not going to be doing anything in that particular position. You're not going to be doing nothing. None of you all do anything. Dale Marshall does nothing. He does nothing. You should be working with the FBI. You should be working with other agencies to find out about those Canfield murders, the serial killer in Barbados, and do those old cases that went unresolved. All that you should be. Do you still have like evidence like stored away for DNA testing? No, you don't do anything like that. You don't do anything like that. If someone died 10 years ago, they're dead. Dead. If they were murdered, and you don't know that was 10 years ago. You're always in the past. That's the past. You don't do anything. You don't do anything. Okay? So, okay. Anika Jackson. She's the new Solicitor General in Barbados. Oh, it sounds so nice. Solicitor General Anika Jackson. She's the new Solicitor General in Barbados. Now, what is she going to be doing? Okay. What is Anika going to be doing? Is she going to be bringing the big bad boys before the Supreme Court? Is she going to be bringing the heavy cases before the Supreme Court? Is she going to be doing the traffickers that passed through Barbados? Is she going to be running down money that was missing from all the coffers in Barbados? Is she going to be doing? No, Anika, I'm happy for you. But you ain't going to be doing nothing. Just like Dale Marshall don't do nothing. They're just slots, and someone sits in those slots. That's all it is. People sitting in slots, their positions. And if you want to keep your mouth shut, if you know someone, if you all showed up somewhere together and did things together, you try to keep people, you keep your mouth shut and don't say, "Now here, take this job, take this title, keep your mouth shut." That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. So Anika, congratulations. Sure, Veronica.